what I would like to be talking to you about today, as David mentioned in the beginning, is we recently launched Signals ChemDraw. Signals ChemDraw is really the next generation of ChemDraw, and I'll be taking you over the various things that we have implemented in Signals ChemDraw, what it is not, and we'll start from there. So, Signals ChemDraw really is the new standard for communicating chemistry, which is what ChemDraw has always been about in the end. It's more than chemical drawing, it's the primary tool that every chemist, almost every chemist in the world uses to communicate chemistry in an eye-catching manner, making complex chemistry, complex ideas and concepts readily understandable and shareable in an aesthetically pleasing way. So making your chemistry look its possible, best possible. Why Signals ChemDraw? First we started. David emphasized the importance of the architecture, the infrastructure behind all the software applications that we do. And coming from a desktop software application like ChemDraw, it was really very important to adopt and take advantage of all the hard R&D work that has been going on with Signals ChemDraw and with the Signals Research Suite. So Signals ChemDraw really is a step in this direction towards modern software for ChemDraw. Primary reason, why Signals ChemDraw? Isn't it amazing what generative AI can do? The #1 source of support tickets for ChemDraw is not this feature is not working or we need this feature, is where is my activation code? I'm sure many ChemDraw users in the audience could relate. So one of the things that we wanted to address is really change that and make ChemDraw a modern software technology that has regular updates, automatic updates, continuous improvements, continuous bug fixes, new features. And that's really what Signals ChemDraw is about. Here's the evolution. This is what is now the past that you must have been familiar with if you have been using ChemDraw. ChemDraw Prime, ChemDraw Professional, ChemOffice, ChemOffice Plus Cloud, and a bundle for ChemOffice Plus Cloud and Signals Notebook, including what's not shown here, an academic bundle for both ChemOffice Plus Cloud and Signals Notebook. So we really wanted to simplify this, also because they're very long names to pronounce, so we also changed that. And we introduced recently what's known as Signals ChemDraw, or in other words, ChemDraw integrated with the Signals platform. And what that means is I like to call it a hybrid suit. Just like electric vehicles, you have gas, you have electric vehicles, and then you have hybrids. And I like to call Signals ChemDraw for the moment a hybrid suite in which you get best of both worlds. So you're going to get the most feature-rich version of ChemDraw desktop that's been around for 39 years, 40 years next year, along with the ease of deployment of a modern platform such as Signals. That means accessing all the ChemDraw from the Signals platform, which means you authenticate only through the Signals platform, and that is to say Signals Notebook credentials, for the most part, and license and user management in Signals, and activation via authentication, no more activation codes that you cannot find and need to reach out to support to. It also translates into actual Signals platform integrations directly within the ChemDraw desktop that you are used to and working with today, along with the benefit of, obviously, automatic updates. It's a hybrid suite, so there is full-fledged desktop version. You're not losing anything, you're just gaining all the recent features that we have been working on. And you're also benefiting from a glimpse, a first step into the next step of evolution of ChemDraw, which are all the cloud applications. So that means ChemDraw Plus. ChemDraw Plus is what ChemDraw Cloud used to be, but now it's better, and that is using and getting new capabilities of ChemDraw within a web browser. So it's the web-based, cloud-native version of ChemDraw where future features, future bug fixes will just be there. Just like for Signals Notebook, you will launch ChemDraw Plus in the morning, and then you will have new features and bug fixes. But also adjacent cloud-native applications. So this is simply a renaming of a cloud application called ChemOffice Plus that has been introduced during COVID, I think 2021. And it's about, what ChemDraw Collections are about is another Signals application, Signals integrated application, whereby it's the application that manages your drawings after you have drawn them. So ChemDraw, in and out of itself, is about representing molecules in the best possible way, complex molecules in a visually appealing way. What happens after you have drawn? After you have drawn something in ChemDraw, what you end up doing, I guess 98% of the time, is you select it, you hit Control-C, you go to Word, you go to PowerPoint, you go to Excel, you hit Control-V, and you never find that document ever again. Or you never find the structure ever again because Microsoft Office documents have been notoriously good at being graveyards of chemical information. So that is really what we wanted to address as long-standing problems for chemists that store chemical information inside Office documents, which is not the way it should be stored, but it's what happens nonetheless. ChemDraw Collections was developed to recycle, or I guess in modern days we say upcycle your chemistry data within Office documents. So it's able to grab the chemical drawings you have copied and pasted over the years, the MOL files, the SD files, the BioVia drawings you have pasted inside Office. It's able to grab that by simply selecting an Office document and lets you readily copy the content or store the content into a collection, which is a table where chemical structures have associated data with them. And a large part of the development efforts in the past year has been, as David said earlier, about addressing the need for the representation of less small molecules, slightly larger molecules, more complex molecules, such as new modalities, and addressing the need for chemists to easily manage and represent in a visually and appealing manner complex amino acids, unnatural, and complex nucleic acids with chemical modification groups, all of them being unnatural and difficult to manage. So beyond the drawing capabilities within ChemDraw that allow to represent peptides and nucleic acids, natural and unnatural in a visually appealing manner, we've also added a layer within the Signals platform, within Signals Notebook, to be able to manage the libraries of monomers so that within a company, within an institution, the way you call a modified alanine is the same way, it's the same for you that it is for your colleague, so that the nomenclature stays the same, that if you are making peptides or nucleic acids, you're all grabbing from the same dictionary, the same definitions, and don't end up with duplicates of records and duplicate ways to represent the same entity. That is the other cloud-native app capability, cloud-native capability that is within Signals ChemDraw. Right, so just a quick demonstration of what that looks like in practice. This is the Signals platform, so one way to authenticate. And this is where you will have available all the various apps of the Signals platform that you have access to. So in that case, it's very ChemDraw-centric, but it's really the way that you will have access to things, including other elements of the Signals Research Suite in the future. And this is really a step-by-step guided workflow to show you how easily you can access the installer for ChemDraw, how easily you can connect it, not through a license, but through a Signals URL along with a password that you have. And once you have done that, you have a fully functional ChemDraw. So this is on the Mac. Our new product manager, Lindsay, is a Mac person. It's okay, so that's why you're seeing things on the Mac right here. And then you can also connect other applications such as ChemOffice, I'm saying ChemOffice Plus, ChemDraw Collections. ChemDraw Collections that will allow you to, there you go. So on the left, you can simply select, oh, she didn't show it, okay. I can show you that if you are interested on my computer, okay? Then we have the Signals integrations within ChemDraw Desktop. So this is ChemDraw Desktop that you are all familiar with. And you have drawings, and the drawings will now be saved just like when you're using Microsoft Office 365. Drawings will be saved to a specific location, a notebook, in Signals Notebook, which means that everything is stored there. Every modification that you do is automatically saved as you draw, as you make modifications, and you'll be able to open that directly from Signals. So here, those are all the saved drawings that have been made in ChemDraw Desktop, and that Lindsay, in that case, is just opening. So this is, two different chiral helicenes that are made directly in ChemDraw now, and 3D energy minimized in ChemDraw, just in case you didn't know. This is something we can do for the, we've been able to do, along with nice coloring capabilities to highlight certain bonds or to fill certain, any cycle, any cover cycle with a color. And so everything is done here locally on the desktop, and you open ChemDraw Plus. ChemDraw Plus being ChemDraw in the web. And so you have the same drawing that you can modify, and all those changes are then persisted throughout all the applications, as any self-respecting cloud modern application should be doing today. Okay? So that was that. And ChemDraw Plus we have seen already. This is what ChemDraw Plus looks like as an interface. I will say, at the top, what is the first thing that you do when you launch ChemDraw Desktop? Probably you change your document settings. So we wanted to, make that the first thing that you choose, the different style settings that you can visually assess when you start a document, and you can easily make those your default settings when you use ChemDraw Plus. All right. In here, you select the type of document that you want. You select where you are going to, in which project, in which notebook, in which, cloud folder, if we can call them this way, you're going to save all your documents. And of course, it's not available right now, but it's under development, as David said, to be able to readily share all that information through a simple link that a user will have to click on and then go to ChemDraw Plus to modify a document or edit it. Okay. What you see here is in ChemDraw is an 8-mer peptide represented with the new Helm notation, the new document setting for the Helm notation that allow you to visually, in a colorful way, visually depict the different types of amino acids. And here is just a drawing opened in ChemDraw Plus that can be edited back and forth in ChemDraw Desktop to take full advantage of the capabilities that are there. So here we have 3D cleanup. 3D cleanup is energy minimization of a 2D structure based on the two-dimensional stereochemical information. And all those changes are then persisted back into ChemDraw Plus. Okay. This one is about the Helm monomer curation. Those are libraries of monomer definitions that you can manage within the application. So all the natural and unnatural amino acids or monomers are centrally stored and managed by an admin, just like a registration admin, a curator, there is this function, there's this function within the Helm monomer curation tool. And all the various files are managed and can be uploaded in batch. So any file can be added and updated to load and to manage existing monomer definitions. Along with, of course, it's within Signals, so everything is logged, everything is audit trail, all the modifications and updates are stored. And here you see the various applications. At the top right, you access all the apps within the Signals ecosystem. So we were seeing Signals Notebook, the inventory, and now Signals ChemDraw Plus, sorry. Here, this is a demonstration of the new recent Helm capabilities. So here you select the various libraries of monomers, in that case a peptide, and the colors of the circles are simply based on the derived, if they're derived from a certain natural amino acid. So in that case, sorry, and so you have nucleic acids. Nucleic acids are defined in the Helm notation as triads, and each class of biopolymer has its own shape. Okay. And so here you see that all the biopolymers that have been stored are available in a centralized location in a notebook via the Signals Notebook interface, and can be used within Signals Notebook experiments, of course. That really closes the entire loop of having ChemDraw, Signals Notebook, and all the other elements of the Signals Research Suite all within the same scalable cloud-native platform. And another benefit of Signals ChemDraw, and then moving towards this platform, is the ease of user management. And I don't think that it has been stressed so far, but as an admin for Signals Notebook, managing users and enabling applications is, I think we can say we're the only provider on the market that makes it that easy to manage the various applications of the platform. In the sense that, as an admin, if you want certain users to have access to Signals ChemDraw, and certain users to have access to Signals ChemDraw and Signals Notebook, and some other users to have access to Signals Notebook, not ChemDraw, but Signals, today Inventa, the data analysis and visualization piece, those are all tick boxes. It's literally an admin console where you say this user has this application, but not this one and this one. And bringing ChemDraw into this ecosystem makes user management even easier. That can be all managed in bulk. Okay, this is just a screenshot. It's not doing it justice, but of ChemDraw Collections, which allows you to extract existing chemical information and structure it into a table associating properties. Those can be SD files. You can generate SD files from those. Most importantly, knowing what chemists have been doing for the past 40 years, if you're in a company, chances are very high that every week, either at the beginning or the end of the week, your manager is going to come to you and say, or you're going to go to your manager saying, those are the molecules that I have made this past week, those are the properties, or those are my experiments that I have done this past week, those are the properties. And we know from a webinar we have done 2 years ago through a poll that chemists in the pharma space spend somewhere between 2 to 4 hours per week doing what I like to call monkey tasks, which are just copy pasting, finding molecules, finding where did I put this reaction, where did I put this molecule. I'll select it, I'll create a new PowerPoint, I will paste it, and then I will share it with another colleague who will make another version of it. that I will not be able to find later. And so this is reporting. Reporting, we all have to report. What ChemDraw Collections is able to do is to readily, from those tables, simply you grab the reactions that you want, the properties of those reactions that you would like to report on, and then you click a button and you create a PowerPoint slide that is ready to present, either at the individual reaction, individual molecule level, or ChemDraw Collections is also part of the Signals platform, so it can also fetch experimental information from your Signals Notebook experiments. So you can grab all the reactions from the Signals Notebook experiments you have done and put them in a PowerPoint in just a couple clicks. This is what the Helm monomer curation looks like that we have had a look. And this is all Signals ChemDraw and the cloud. Obviously, we also have made improvements to the existing desktop version, right? So new features, new capabilities in the desktop version. Looking at the future, we will be maybe putting less features in just ChemDraw Desktop, but more features into ChemDraw Plus that will be more readily available directly for the users. And also because the topic, the topic is hot these days, and I am now not a product manager for ChemDraw anymore, but I'm in charge of product marketing.
In ChemDraw version 22, we introduced support for depicting hydrogen bonds. With the latest 23 release, we have expanded on this functionality even further. Now, hydrogen bonds are fully recognized in the 3D cleanup process. To demonstrate, let's make a copy of this simple structure showing hydrogen bonded water molecules. By going to the 3D cleanup option in the toolbar and selecting it, we can easily generate an accurate 3D rendering of the molecules while clearly depicting the hydrogen bonds. A quick rotation shows the chair conformation with the bonds cleanly mapped out. We've also expanded support of hydrogen bonds to the 3MF file copying mechanisms. This means hydrogen bonds can now be visually represented when exporting ChemDraw 3D models to other programs like PowerPoint. As an example, we've copied over this ice lattice containing many interlinked hydrogen bonded water molecules in 3MF format and pasted it into PowerPoint. The result is a detailed 3D model of the ice structure, with the hydrogen bonds called out through alternating purple and gray stripes. See for yourself all these new...
All right. So a couple things here. I'm in product marketing, which means I'm trying to do my best to leverage generative AI tools to produce those videos. I've been with the company for 10 years. I've been making videos, tutorials for ChemDraw for 10 years, and the YouTube video that got me hired 12 years ago took me about 1 week to make, between recording myself and editing and then re-shooting myself, changing the voice. The person you saw is an avatar. We were talking about avatars this morning, and the technology is just amazing now that you have a script. You can type a script and then you can get a human to speak it in English, in Hindi, in German, in Chinese, in Japanese. I can also speak Hindi in videos, just through generative AI. And so I wanted to show you this. This is one of the examples of the recent new features of ChemDraw. The one that I do want to stress and to finish on that one is, because I know it resonates really well if you're using ChemDraw, is the 3MF format and the support for the 3MF. If you don't know what the 3MF is, it's a 3D printing format that is an open source format co-developed by all those small companies you see on the right. And you can see, is there a laser? Yeah, you can see this one here, Microsoft. What that means is that the 3MF format is natively supported within anything Office related, which means if you have ever dug into PowerPoint, you need OneDrive. Sorry, you need 365. Insert 3D models, and I found this one day, and there are chemistry molecules, and I was like, oh, this is nice, because this is essentially a native 3D model that you can literally animate with the PowerPoint animations, the regular PowerPoint animations. And I found this and I asked the R&D team, that was 3 years ago, like, figure out what this is and let's implement it. And 3MF format, so first means 3D printable, right? So you can take this, 3D print that, but that's not the primary use case. The primary use case you see is on the left, whereby you can take a 2D molecule with ChemDraw with the color highlights, color ring fills. You can 3D minimize it in ChemDraw, and then in one click, copy and paste it in PowerPoint and animate it like a PowerPoint object. No more saving, exporting your molecule to a 3D molecular modeling software where you're going to save this as a GIF or as an MP4 that is not going to play in your PowerPoint slide. Now this is one click, just a couple clicks to get to that. And that is not animated, but this is the ice lattice molecule that we were seeing in the previous video. With that, I think I've tried to speak as fast as I could while remaining intelligible so that we can stay on track for the rest of the day. And I want to thank you all for your attention, for being here, and I'll answer anything related to ChemDraw for you. Thank you.